IELTS, speaking practice. Listen and answer. Part 1. Let's talk about where you live now. 1. Which town or city do you live in now? 2. Are there any things you don't like about your area? What are they? 3. Do you think you will continue to live there for a long time? Why? Why not? 4. Do you like living in the countryside? Work or study? 1. Are you a student or do you work now? 2. What subject are you studying? 3. Why did you choose that subject? Usha. 4. Is there anything that you don't like about it? 5. What would you like to do in the future? 6. What are the most popular subjects in Vietnam? 7. What are your favorite classes/courses/subjects at school/university? 8. Do you think it's important to choose a subject you like? 9. What work do you do? 10. Why did you choose to do that type of job? 11. Do you like your job? 12. What do you like best about your job? 13. Do you miss being a student? 14. Do you prefer to work in the morning or afternoon? 15. Have you changed your work before? Topic: House or apartment. 1. What kind of housing do you live in? 2. Do you live in a house or a flat? 3. Do you live alone or with your family? Or, could you please describe the place you live in? 5. What did you like most about the house or apartment where you grew up? 6. Which is your favorite room in your home? 7. Is there anything which needs to be improved in your apartment? 8. What can you see when you look out the window of your room? Topic: Hometown. 1. Where do you come from? 2. What's the most attractive part of your hometown? 3. What's the weather like in your hometown? 4. Do you know much about the history of your hometown? 5. Has your hometown changed much these years? 6. Would you say your hometown is a big city or a small town? 7. For you, what benefits are there living in a big city? 8. Do you think you will be still living in your hometown in the future? Topic: The area you live in. 1. Do you like the area that you live in? 2. What are some changes in the area recently? 3. Do you know any famous people in your area? 4. Where do you like to go in that area? Topic: Praising. 1. Have you ever been praised or encouraged by your teacher? 2. Do you think parents should often praise and encourage their children? 3. When was the last time you praised someone? 4. How do you feel when you are praised? 5. Have you had any achievements recently? Topic: Weather. 1. What's the weather like where you live? 2. Do you prefer cold or hot weather? 3. Do you prefer dry or wet weather? 4. Do you get in the habit of checking the weather forecast? Topic: Writing. 1. Did you like writing when you were a child? Why? Why not? 2. What kinds of things do you write during a typical day? Why? Why not? 3. Do you think the kinds of things you write will change in the future? Why? Why not? 4. Do you prefer typing or writing things by hand? Why? Topic: Puzzle. 1. Did you do puzzles in your childhood? 2. Do you like doing word puzzles or number puzzles? Which is more difficult for you? 3. When do you do puzzles during your trip or when you feel bored? 4. Do you think it is good for old people to do puzzles? Topic: Birthday. 1. What do you usually do on your birthday? 2. What did you do on your birthday when you were young? 3. Do you think it is important for you to celebrate your birthday? 4. Whose birthday do you think is the most important to celebrate in Vietnam? Topic: Social media. 1. Do you like to use social media? 2. Do you think your friends use too much social media? 3. Do you want to work in social media? Why? 4. What's the most popular social media in Vietnam? Why? Topic: Names. 1. Does your name have a special meaning? 2. How do you choose names for your next generation? 3. Are there any differences between how Vietnamese name their children now and in the past? 4. Does anyone in your family have the same as you? Topic: Geography. 1. Have you ever studied geography at school? 2. Do you like geography? 3. Are you good at reading a map? 4. Would you visit a country because of its geographical location? Topic: Traveling on public transport. 1. Do you often travel on public transports? Why? Why not? 2. Did you use public transport when you were a child? Why? Why not? 3. Do many people use public transport in your country? Why not? 4. Will you use public transport more in the future? Why not? Topic: Patience. 1. Are you a patient person? 2. What is it that makes you feel impatient? 3. How do you feel when you have to do something for a long time? 4. Does your job require you to be patient? Topic: Singing. 1. Do you like singing? Why? 2. Have you ever learned how to sing? 3. Who do you want to sing for? 4. Do you think singing can bring happiness to people? Topic: Internet. 1. When did you start using the internet? 2. How often do you go online? 3. Do you think you spend too much time online? 4. What would you do without the internet? Topic: Snacks. 1. What snacks did you eat when you were young? 2. When do you usually eat snacks now? 3. Do you think it is healthy for you to eat snacks? Topic: Neighbor. 1. Do you think neighbors are important? 2. How can we get along with our neighbors? 3. Do you think it's important to have a good relationship with neighbors? 4. Do you know your neighbors? 5. How often do you see each other? 6. How can neighbors be helpful? 7. What do you think of your neighbors? 8. How do you get along well with your neighbors? 9. Do you think neighbors are important? Topic: Morning time. 1. Do you get up early in the morning? 2. Do you have the same morning routine every day? 3. Do you usually eat breakfast at home? 4. Are there any differences between what you do in the morning now and what you did in the past? Topic: Tidy up. 1. Are you a tidy person? 2. Do you think people should be tidy all the time? 3. Are you tidier at work or at home? 4. How do you usually keep your place tidy? 5. Do you think that it is necessary to be tidy? Topic: Arts. 1. Do you like drawing? Why? 2. Do you want to visit an art gallery or museum? 3. What are the differences between old and modern arts? 4. Do you want to be an artist? Topic: Music. 1. Do you like music? Why? Why not? 2. What type of music do you like to listen to when you are alone? Why? 3. Has the music that you listen to changed since you were young? 4. Do you think older and younger generations prefer different types of music? 5. Is there any music concert that you want to go to? Topic: Staying up. 1. Do you go to sleep early or stay up late? 2. What do you do when you stay up late? 3. How do you feel when you have stayed up late the night before? 4. How do you balance staying up late and getting enough sleep? 5. Do you think it's important to get enough sleep? 6. Do you think technology has made it harder for people to get enough sleep? Topic: Jewelry. 1. Do you often wear jewelry? 2. What type of jewelry do you like to buy? 3. Why do you think some people wear a piece of jewelry for a long time? 4. Do you usually buy jewelry? Topic: Chocolate. 1. Do you like eating chocolate? 2. Did you give chocolate to someone as a gift? 3. Did you like chocolate when you were a child? 4. When was the first time you ate chocolate? 5. Do you think people use chocolate differently now than in the past? 6. Is chocolate good for our health? Topic: Small business. 1. Are there many small businesses in the place where you live? 2. Do you prefer to buy things from a small business or a large company? 3. How often do you shop at small businesses? 4. Would you prefer to work for a small business or a large business? 5. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? Topic: Outer space and stars. 1. Have you ever learned about outer space and stars? 2. Do you learn about outer space and the arts at school? 3. Do you enjoy watching films about outer space and stars? 4. Do you want to study outer space and stars? 5. Do you want to travel to outer space in the future? Topic: Saying thank you. 1. Have you ever sent a thank you card to others? 2. Do people in your country often say thank you? 3. What would you feel when others say thank you for you? Topic: Schools. 1. Where do you go to school? 2. Do you think your school is good for every student? 3. What changes do you want to make in your school? Topic: Weekends. 1. Do you like weekends? 2. What are the differences between where you are going on weekdays and weekends? 3. What do you usually do on weekends? Do you study or work? 4. Do you make plans for your weekends? Topic: Library. 1. Do you often go to the library? 2. Did you go to the library when you were a kid? 3. Do Vietnamese kids often go to the library? 4. What do you usually do in the library? 5. Do you prefer studying at the library or at home? 6. Do you like spending time in quiet places? 7. Do you prefer a quiet evening or a noisy one? 8. What books or materials do you often read in a library? 9. Do you prefer to borrow books from a library or buy them? Topic: T-shirt. 1. Do you like wearing t-shirts? 2. Do you usually wear t-shirts? 3. How often do you wear t-shirts? 4. Do you like t-shirts with pictures or prints? 5. Do you think older people who wear t-shirts are fashionable? 6. Would you buy t-shirts as souvenirs on vacation? Topic: Family and friends. 1. Do you have a large family or a small family? 2. How much time do you manage to spend with members of your family? 3. Who are you close to in your family? 4. Do you have many friends? Why? Why not? 5. Do you prefer to stay alone or with your friends? 6. Are your friends mostly your age or different ages? Why? 7. The last time you saw your best friend, what did you do together? 8. Have you ever had a disagreement with a family member? How did you resolve it? 9. What is your special moment with your family? 10. Are people in your country generally close to their families? Topic: Keys. 1. Do you always bring a lot of keys with you? 2. Have you ever lost your keys? 3. Do you often forget the keys and lock yourself out? 4. Do you think it's a good idea to leave your keys with a neighbor? Topic: Machine. 1. What is your favorite machine in your home? 2. Do you think washing machines and sweeping machines are important? 3. Do you read the instructions before using a machine? 4. Do you think it is important to read the instructions? Topic: Memory. 1. Are you good at memorizing things? 2. Have you ever forgotten something important? 3. What do you need to remember in your daily life? Topic: Spending time by yourself. 1. Do you usually spend time by yourself? 2. How do you usually spend your time by yourself? 3. What did you do the last time you were by yourself? Topic: Being busy. 1. Are you busier now than when you were a child? 2. When was the last time you were busy? 3. How do you feel when you're busy? 4. Do you enjoy being busy? Topic: Plan. 1. Do you like making plans? 2. Are you good at making plans? 3. Do you use paper or your smartphone to make plans? 4. What are the benefits of making plans? 1. Do you usually make plans? 3. Is it easy to manage time for you? 6. Do you like doing things step by step or making a long-term plan? 10. What are the benefits of making plans? Topic: Free time. 1. Do you often have free time? 2. What do you usually do in your spare time? Which day do you have more free time on? Saturday or Sunday? 4. How do you often relax during the weekends? 5. Is there any hobby or activity you wish you had more time for? 6. Would you like to have more free time in the future? Topic: Flowers. 1. Do you love flowers? 2. Do you know anyone who loves flowers? 3. Are there a lot of flowers where you live? 4. Do you take photos of flowers in your daily life? Topic: Making a list. 1. Do you make a list when you shop? 2. Do you make a list for your work? Does it work? 3. Why don't some people like making lists? Topic: Noise and quiet places. 1. Do you like quiet or noisy places? Why not? 2. What are some sounds you like? Why not? 3. What kinds of noise do you hear in your daily life? Why not? 4. Where is the noise louder, in cities or the countryside? Why not? Topic: Colors. 1. What is your favorite color? Why not? 2. Are there any colors that you dislike? Why not? 3. Will you choose to decorate your room in bright colors? Why not? 4. Have you ever bought anything before because you like its color? Why not? Topic: Praising. 1. Have you ever been praised or encouraged by your teacher? 2. Do you think parents should often praise and encourage their children? 3. When was the last time you praised someone? 4. How do you feel when you are praised? 5. Have you had any achievements recently? Topic: Borrowing and lending. 1. Have you ever borrowed any books from others? Why not? 2. Have you ever borrowed money from a friend? Why not? 3. Do you like to lend things to others? Why not? 4. How would you feel if somebody borrowed something from you and never gave it back? Why not? Topic: Teenagers. 1. Do you like spending time with teenagers? Why not? 2. What are the best things about being a teenager? Why not? 3. What would you like to do if you were a teenager again? Why not? 4. Will you follow teenage fashion in the future? Why not? Topic: Stories. 1. Did you love stories when you were a child? Why? 2. What kinds of stories do you like? Why not? 3. Do you prefer listening to stories or reading them? Why not? 4. Did you ever write a story when you were a child? Why not? Topic: Hats/caps. 1. Is wearing hats popular in your country? Why not? 2. Do you like to wear hats? Why not? 3. What kinds of hats do you have? Why not? 4. Where do you like to buy your hats? Why not? Topic: Giving gifts, presents. 1. Do you like giving gifts, presents? Why not? 2. When do you usually give gifts to others? Why not? 3. Have you ever given somebody a handmade gift/present? Why not? 4. Do you think choosing expensive gifts/presents is a good way to express 5 feelings towards somebody? Why not? Topic: Having parties. 1. Do you like having parties? Why not? 2. Is there anything you dislike about parties? Why not? 3. What do you usually do when you go to the party? Why? 4. How often did you have a party when you were a child? Why not? Topic: Apps. 1. What apps do you often use on your phone or tablet? Why not? 2. Do you have a favorite app? Why? 3. How do you find out about different apps? Why not? 4. Have you downloaded any new apps recently? Why not? Topic: Technology. 1. What types of technology do you use most? Why not? 2. Do you like using technology? Why not? 3. Is there any new piece of technology you would like to buy? Why not? What made you choose the last piece of technology you bought? Why not? Topic: Housework and cooking. 1. Did you do housework when you were young? Why? 2. What kind of housework do you like to do? Why not? 3. Do you have breakfast at home every day? Why not? 4. Do you want to learn how to cook well in the future? Why not? Topic: Sending messages. 1. Do you like to send messages to your friends? Why not? Chat 2. What kind of messages do you usually send? Why not? 3. Do you prefer sending text messages or making phone calls? Why not? 4. Have you ever experienced any issues with delayed or undelivered messages? Why not? Topic: History. 1. Have you ever studied any history? Why not? How do you learn history? Why not? 3. What are the benefits of learning history? Why not? 4. Do you think it is important to learn history? Why not? Topic: Happy. 1. What made you happy when you were little? 2. What do you think will make you feel happy in the future? 3. Is there anything that has made you feel happy lately? 4. When do you feel happy at work or at school? Why? 5. Do you feel happy when buying new things? 6. Do you think people are happy when buying new things?